Hello, friends and family of Grace Lutheran Church. I am back with a new video on the hymn of the day for the 4th Sunday after Pentecost. Yes, and it is called O Morning Star, How Fair and Bright. It's number 395 in the Lutheran Service Book. And you might notice that that's the Epiphany section of our hymnal. And when I first was looking through the bulletin today and I saw that this was our hymn of the day, I thought that's kind of interesting, an Epiphany hymn for Pentecost. But this hymn really gets stuck in or maybe not gets stuck, but gets placed in the Epiphany category of our hymnal because of its light language. In the very first verse, we say, O morning star, how fair and bright, you shine with God's own truth and light, aglow with grace and mercy. So that revelation and lightening language there. But when we really think about it and really look at these words, it is actually more of a wedding hymn. And no, I don't mean a wedding hymn for earthly weddings, although apparently historically it has been very popular for weddings in Germany. But I mean that it's a good wedding hymn for the marriage between Christ and his bride, the church. It was written by Philip Nicolai. He was a Wittenberg-trained Lutheran pastor, the author of our hymn, and also the composer of the tune. He describes this hymn in his own words as a spiritual bridal song of the believing soul concerning her heavenly bridegroom, founded in the 45th Psalm of the prophet David. And the second stanza of the hymn actually addresses Jesus as the bridegroom. And the hymn both celebrates what Christ does for us now in our union while we still dwell on the earth, but also looking ahead to the glorious day when we are face to face and live with Jesus, our groom, in eternity. The hymn first appeared in the 1599 devotional book called Joyful Mirror of the Eternal Life, except in German. And Nicolai wrote this devotional, and he wrote it during a terrible plague that afflicted the people, the community that he served in the years 1597 and 1598. At one point, this plague killed 170 people in just 1 week, sort of at the beginning of it. So a terrible tragedy. And it's in the midst of this tragedy that Nicolai crafted his devotional. He says that the purpose of the devotional was to leave behind me, if God should call me from this world, as a token of my peaceful, joyful Christian departure, or if God should spare me in health, to comfort other sufferers whom he should also visit with this pestilence. And this hymn is very reflective, again, of that hope of eternal life and looking forward to the joys to come, even as we suffer here on this earth. And also looking at the joys that we have right now, even while we suffer. And the devotional actually included 3 hymns. So this one, another being Wake, Awake, for Night is Flying. And that hymn is known as the King of Chorales. This one, O Morning Star, How Fair and Bright, is the Queen of Chorales. They are the hymns of the day for the last Sunday of the church year and Epiphany, respectively. So there you go, a video about the hymn, O Morning Star, How Fair and Bright, as opposed to some other people's videos that are supposed to be about this hymn. I say that because when I Googled this hymn to kind of see what sort of information was out there, I came across a video that Pastor Wilsey did in December, and he said he was filling in for me that he was doing a hymn, or for the hymn of the day for Epiphany, he was going to talk about this hymn for me, and the video is 6.5 minutes long. He doesn't even mention the hymn until like 5 minutes and 11 seconds, and even then he sings the first verse and says, boy, what a good hymn, and that's what he says is talking about the hymn of the day. But thank goodness he doesn't have to fill in for me very often for these videos. I hope you guys learned something. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.